in a small town down in Arkansas, where the river flows, there's a man with a passion that everybody knows.
Howdy, howdy, everybody. Welcome to HT's EDC. Coming at you from the front porch this morning. We are having some of that good old Arkansas unpredictable weather right now. It is really crazy. We'll get into that in just a minute. Bump the brakes. Time to show the co-host. And there she is. Hey, Abby, why are you so far away from Daddy, huh? Well, that is her chosen spot for this morning. At the moment, on her squirrel patrol duties out front here. What were we talking? We were talking about the weather. As you may have heard me say before, anybody that's never been to Arkansas, if you don't like the weather, stick around 3 days. It's going to change. And no truer words have ever been spoken. And we are going through a little bit of that right now. We are having spring in the middle, the dog days of summer. Usually around this time, the end of July, start of August, these are our dog days here. We could easily be 102, 103, upper 90s. It is hot. It should be hot about this time of the year in the stone. And it has been, don't get me wrong, it has been hot leading up to this week. But this week, we're in the 80s and like lower 80s even. We're not even talking about 88s and 89s to this weekend. Monday through Friday here, we are like, matter of fact, there was a day yesterday, I think we were in the upper 70s, which is just ridiculous for this time of the year to be that cool. But looking at the glass half full, we will take it. Because it easily, instead of low 80s, usually it's low 100s right now. So there is a little glass half empty to that. The reason that the temperature is going to be down here all week is because we are going to get moisturized on all week. Every day throughout Friday till Saturday, we are in 60 or 70% rain. So hey, the temperatures are looking at it good. We're not sweltering, looking at it bad. We're going to look at a lot of rain this week, and I might need a team of goats to cut my yard by this weekend from all the rain that we're getting, and I'm probably not going to, doubt there'll be a window that I can get out there and cut grass this week, but you take them like you get them, right? But anyway, definitely are enjoying some cooler weather in the middle of July here in Arkansas. So now that I have taken off my weatherman cap and y'all are half asleep, probably need to get y'all a good cup of joe like I have, and some sunflower seeds. That'll perk you right up. But now let's talk about what's in the pocket, and before I do that, brief apology yesterday. I am sorry that yesterday's video was so long. It was kind of a perfect storm for a lengthy video. Maybe not as lengthy as it got. We went 30 minutes yesterday, and that is entirely too long. I do watch the analytics of videos, my videos, and you're not holding many people after, my goodness, 20 minutes, what less 30. But I mean, if you didn't watch yesterday's video, say the last almost 10 minutes, at least 7 to 8 minutes, there was a special event there. So it probably would have ended, in the low 20s, which would have been, I do have a lot of videos in the low 20 minutes. I need to probably work on that. But we went 30 minutes, but there was something real special at the end. I'm not going to spoil that. Shame on you if you didn't watch it to the end. I do understand, because you've probably seen the time and said, yeah, I'm not watching that long. But maybe you want to go back, because there is something really cool at the end of that video, probably the last 7, 8, 9 minutes. Hey, maybe you just go watch the end of it instead of the front of it. I don't know. but we're going to get you out of here quicker today, I promise. So, what's in the pocket today? I'm kind of on my way. You guys know I've been having to have my big ones again. I have been fiending for some big knives. It's shorts weather up here. It's been scalding hot up until this week, and I've been wearing all the little shorts carries. Well, for the last 3-4 days, I have had to have some buck 110s, some old timer 6.0. I have had to have some grown man knives in my hand. And I'm kind of on the way. This is kind of my bridge right here. I may go back to, it's going to get hot again, and I'm not going to be able to carry those monsters every day. I probably could, but I won't. So this is kind of my bridge knife to kind of, start coming back the other way a little, bringing back the smaller knives. And today we are rocking what I call as the sister knife. And this is none other than the old Buck 302 single blade trapper. I call it a trapper. Well, really, single blade jackknife. It's kind of more shaped like a jackknife. Single blade jack. They call it the Solo, which is short for solitaire. This is the Buck 302 solitaire or the Buck 302 Solo. One singular clip point blade. It is right at 4 inches long, 3 7/8 to be exact. So it is a good 4 to 4 1/4 that I like to carry. You can see I'm gripping it. I have almost the whole bolster out the back. It is just a good hand filling, but yet light summer carry. So this is one that's kind of hits the best of both worlds to me. It's not big and weighty and hefty. It's not a biggin. It's definitely not in the biggin category, but it's also not canoe / Barlow. Some of my favorite smaller knives. It has a little more length in hand and a little more grip area than some of those do. So it's a tweener. Sister got it for me. It's awesome. It's buck. It's going in the pocket today. So, what are we here to talk about today for the knife? Today, we're talking about an old black box here. Tested XX. And this one, folks, I'll go ahead and get her open. And for time purposes, we'll go ahead and get her open and get right into it. And shabam. Yes, sir. We have the ye old peanut butter and jelly knife, Barlow, from Smoky Mountain Knife Works. These knives have been just nuts, crazy. You guys have went crazy over this pattern. I personally do not get all the rave over this particular pattern. I have nothing against. They call this violet, purple for like your jam, or your jelly and your peanut butter. I don't have anything against purple. It is just not one that's high on my. It's just not for me. I say not for me. I don't have anything against it. It's not one of my favorites. How about that? I got this guy in on a horse trade, and you guys know, the Barlow is fastly moving up my small knife favorites list. I am still my favorite smaller knife is the Canoe. I don't see that being unseated anytime soon, but a Barlow is probably a close second or third, and it is simply because the girth of a Barlow. You definitely don't have the handle length. I'll show it to you in hand for me. And if I do have to get all the way up here on the choil, but boom, if I'm up there, and that is really how you're going to be cutting with this knife. If I'm up all the way on the choil, Pinky has a landing spot, just a little bit left over, but I'm not falling off the edge over here on the end. I am landing on handle, but it does feel a little better in hand, simply because, especially the two-bladed models, the thickness of this, it just, two things can aid you in good grip. Obviously, the length of the blade, getting a full four-finger purchase on, and that's personal preference too. Some people might not care, think that's hogwash. They can have three fingers on there. For me, two things aid in a good grip: either real estate, a long handle, or girth. Girth in the handle that you can get around it, and just, if you know, you know. You guys understand what I'm talking about. But Barlows don't have they don't have the length, but they do have the girth. So that aids in my enjoyment of the pattern. But anyway, get this thing back open. Everybody knows what a Barlow is, so I'm not going to beat the blades to death. We have a nice, aggressive, real clipped off clip point blade here in the front. Yes, we do. Secondary blade is a pretty good size lengthwise pin blade, and of course the elongated bolsters that makes a Barlow a Barlow. Let's see, as far as the peanut butter and jelly on this one, very little peanut butter in my opinion. This pile side definitely has some peanut butter up here toward the top, and then you definitely get right back into the jelly. And on this other side, not really so much. You're a little lighter up here. Maybe that's where peanut butter was supposed to come into play, but it just really kind of is watered down jelly right up here toward the top, in my opinion. So mainly the peanut butter is up there for about a half an inch on the pile side. Has the nice, I call it the houndstooth shield on here, if that will focus there. It says case, of course, and like I say, I call that the dog's tooth or the houndstooth shield. Don't know if that's proper. That's what I call it. You get it. You guys get it. But yeah, one thing about it is, like I said, I got this on a horse trade. Show you guys the centering. It is a very shabam. If that's coming through. Actually looked at this. Both of these blades, man, are right down the middle. As far as centering, take you for a round, back springs and all, this thing is centered. There is no major gapping for sure. I don't know if I can say there's no gapping problems on this knife. I mean, if you wanted to nitpick and hold it up to the light, you probably can see a spot or two through it. But for case these days, this is pretty tight. Both blades centered. No stepping, no pins. Fit and finish on this one is pretty darn good. I guess for the peanut butter jelly fans of you that bought them and wanted a lot of peanut butter and jelly on here, this one may be lacking, because you definitely don't have as much peanut butter. I guess that would be for you fans that really like that. I guess y'all probably would want more peanut butter. Anyway, I got this in on a good old horse trade, and honestly, I'm open for business on this. Person I traded with really wanted something that I had. They were really interested in a trade of mine, and this was kind of a throw-in toward the end to make the deal happen. Don't get me wrong, and you know who you are out there. I like it. I like a Barlow. I'm not saying, you forced me or anything like that. But it's not what I wasn't searching this knife. I am not a peanut butter and jelly Smoky Mountain Knife Work exclusive fanboy. I didn't get the rave on all that. Just wasn't on my radar. Nothing wrong with these. Not my thing. So just letting you know, it's brand new. It hasn't been carried. I don't know that it will be carried. It is up for horse trade. So somebody that did not, you guys out there that missed out on these, and I've seen these things go just ridiculous price already on the Evil Bays and secondary market. There's a lot of you that like these peanut butter and jelly ones, and I mean really like these peanut butter and jelly ones. And if you missed out on them or something, and you got an old idea for me on a horse trade, hit me up. We can do it. Guess we should go through walk and talk for you. Main blade. Let's see. I'm going to call that. I'm going to call the main blade about a 5. You know my scale by now. I'm not going to beat that one to death. Just a little lighter than I would like. Maybe one tick down. I like 6 through 8. I'd call this a 5. Check out the snaps. If I can get it to. Snaps open. Snaps into half stop. Check the wall. The wall is good, and great snap. Great snap. 5 pull on the main blade. Secondary blade. Same thing. 5 and 5. So it matches perfectly. Both blades I'm calling a 5. Let's see this thing, the action on it. Whop. Very nice. Coming into half stop. Nice. Check the wall. Nice solid wall. And full close. Folks, minus, again, and I could care less about this, minus this knife not having maybe as much peanut butter as some would like, the fit and finish is spot on. The action is spot on. It is brand new, and holler at your boy if you missed out on this, and this is a good one. This would be a good one. We can probably make something happen. I'm gonna get you out of here. We're at 17 minutes. We're gonna stop this video under 20 today, since all that monstrosity yesterday. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you for getting me to that 1K plateau. That was a lot of it yesterday. Talking about that, it was a special video. We had a guest. We had a special thing at the end. Go over there and check that out. Last 10 minutes. If you didn't, but it was awesome. You folks are awesome. I love you, and we're going to keep pushing. We're going to do some new things here in the upcoming future and keep this thing fresh, and thank y'all so much for your support. I love you. Me and Abs are going to have the top off of here. It's cooling. Gonna get me another mouth of seeds here. Don't do it on the video or I ain't marble mouth and I can talk to y'all, but we're gonna start spitting some seeds and drinking some coffee. I love you. God bless. We're gonna see you on the next one. HT, Miss Abby, we're out.